Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your week 4 Monday morning breakfast bite. Now, I know this is going to be a busy week for everyone again. Because this week your individual term project is going to be due. Now, it's very important that you pay attention to the feedback that I gave you on your week 1 assignment, because that will help and guide you with regard to the individual term project. Because for the individual term project, you are actually acting as the judge based on the scenario that I gave you that can be found in the individual term project subfolder, submodule. So it's very important that you understand you are now the judge. You're going to have to conduct research. There are 3 to 4 issues. If you took a look at the WebEx that I uploaded last week, where we talked about the team fact scenarios as well as the individual term project, you're going to be given the same information that I'm giving, or hear the same information I'm giving you here. So it's important that you note that you are an objective person when you're evaluating this as the judge, but you need to look up the law and know what law is at issue. You need to realize that you're dealing with companies from different states, which is very important because we studied this issue in week 2, and it's very important that you understand that, because that will lead you into the rest of the information. You're looking at this as a federal level. This is not a criminal case. Do not talk about the mom wanting to sue anybody, because that's not the situation. Don't talk about any criminal aspects of the case, because we're not going there. This is a civil litigation class, or a civil class. When we talk about the law, we're looking at things from a civil perspective of the law. And yes, while you could be held responsible from a criminal perspective as the CEO or managers or directors of an organization and officers of an organization, we're not looking at that, because you have enough to deal with just looking at the civil aspect of the litigation. So look at the players, who's involved, who may be liable in this situation. What are the causes of action, the potential causes of action? Also, this is not a copyright case. And see, I know who actually watches the videos and the WebExes, because I'm telling you everything it's not. So if in fact this information is included, then I know that the students unfortunately didn't see or take a look at the Monday morning breakfast bite or the WebEx. So understand those perspectives. It's going to be long. Your facts and your rationale must be in paragraph format, okay? So no bullet pointing in those 2 sections. Can you bullet point in the issue, the holding, and the law? Yes. There you can bullet point, because you're just giving information. Remember, it's 1 short sentence for each issue. You have 3 to 4 issues. You're being graded on your ability to identify the issues, as well as your ability to find the law and explain how you reached your conclusions, because your holding is your conclusion. And remember, your holding should mirror your issue, answering it in the affirmative or the negative. So no criminal, no copyright. Remember those things as well. Now, as we look at the rest of the materials this week, we are going to be finishing up our journey of intellectual property, talking about trade secrets. And there's no federal law regarding trade secrets. That's generally handled on a case-by-case state basis, so be aware of that. I believe I have some links, or I had some links at one point regarding Florida's state's trade secrets material. So if you Google state of Florida trade secret law, it will come up to the law regarding Florida's version of trade secret law. Now also, you've got your week 4 discussion due this week as well, but you have a quiz to do. Get those things out of the way so you can go ahead and focus on the individual term project. Don't wait till the last minute to complete the individual term project, because you will be completely overwhelmed. If you haven't taken a look at it yet, please do so today, so that you are not trying to get all this done in one weekend, because it's going to be too much. When you look at the individual term project, highlight certain sections, and don't forget search terms with regard to looking up material and information via Lexis. I went through that in the WebEx, so there's an example in the WebEx of how to go about doing that. So be aware of that. I have a couple of cute little links for Live Free or Die Hard, that cybersecurity issue, and this old movie, Sneakers. I'm sure many of you may be aware of it. And then there's Oracle versus Google, which is a very important case to take a look at. So that's where we're at. Contract law is very important. So we start our discussion of contract law, and that's very important because even when we talk about open source licensing, open source software programs, all of that, whether you call it a program or whether you call it a license, it's all the same thing, and it's a contract, it's an agreement. Even though you're not physically entering into it and signing it, when you accept it or you're utilizing the work, you are accepting the terms of the open source agreement via saying it's a program or saying it's a license. Either way, it's all part and parcel of the same thing. If you have questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Otherwise, you all have a really great week 4.